Hi all, and welcome to a new semester. Welcome to this MACA 1200 class, which I have your First Day Handout syllabus open on my screen, and I want to show you in this movie only the correlation between the assignments that are inside here being my syllabi, or the First Day Handout, and where they are in Canvas and how to utilize both of these items to have a successful semester. So to get right off and right away, to get into it, is we're going to kind of go through the beginning of this syllabus real quick. So let me minimize the online portion, the macomb.edu webpage. And you can see that I have placed in pretty much all the information that I can think of that you will need for this class, including, if I may zoom in, the important dates for the semester. So the important dates for this semester, let me widen this a little bit, are in front of you, and you can see, let me make it slightly bigger, and you can see obviously the first day of class is Tuesday, although I'm going to open, today is Sunday the 20th, and I'm going to open the class at the end of today so you can start actually the class tomorrow or tonight, which is on Sunday again. But the last day, pay attention to the I have 2 Sundays in there. Okay, I will fix that. I didn't mean to have Sunday, August 27th. I will fix that. So the Labor Day is September 4th. Tuesday is the 21st, which is IDD Day on November 21st. There's no school. And then immediately after that, from the 22nd to the 26th, is Thanksgiving recess. Even though this is a online class, you should be aware of these dates. Pay attention to the last day to withdraw. The last day to withdraw this class is Friday, November 17th. But please email me and communicate with me, or come and see me in my office at R115, which is right up here. My office it should be right over there. Let me see where I have my office. Right up here is at South Campus. Come and see me before that, because there's a lot of things that you and I can do together to make this a successful semester, even if you're having a tough time. Okay, so the fall semester ends on December 16th. So even though some students continue on after that point, and I'll talk about that as the semester rolls on to continue their portfolio work. So other than fixing Sunday, well, I will have this all uploaded with no Sunday on it. Now, I'm sending you today an email that includes the Brian Sorial introduction movie, the Brian Sorial portfolio movie, and this syllabus movie. So I'm giving you many accesses, if that's the right way to say it, to the beginning material that I feel is important before you even start an assignment in this semester, and that's my dog barking at somebody passing by in a truck. So I may be pausing this from time to time. So that's okay. As I back out of this and I go ahead, you can read everything that's here. I pretty much have covered all of the stuff that's important for the semester, and I just want to move in past all this stuff here and get right into the material that really mimics the modules. So what I want to do, and the modules I'm referring to are in Canvas, if this is your first online class. So I'm going to bring up right now, I'll leave this PDF on the screen, and I'm going to bring up the macomb.edu webpage. Now, for those of you that need, or most of you, if not all of you, have already gone to My Macomb. In My Macomb, you've actually put in your password and your email address or whatever, your student ID, and you've gotten into this page. Okay. If there's time at the end, I would like to talk about the other things you can do on this page, and that might wait for in the semester. One of them being, boom, over here to go to the student services and the career services to get on their site, because that's how you get involved in jobs and internships in our program. And if any of you have questions about that, if I don't get to it, just send it to me, and then I'll send out a movie on how to get onto the Student Services Career Services and when would be a good time to do that. But this is not what this movie is about. And I would also like you to understand how to go into the current and former students, to go to your academic profile, and then to actually get into my program plan, which you should go see an academic advisor. And there is one right in the South Campus MACA RS&T building, right in the S section in the middle. There's an academic advisor. Her name is Charlene, and you should go declare a program. But that's something you can also email me about, and I can meet with you and we can go over your program plan and what your desires and goals are for the semester. But that's not what this movie is about. This movie is about this class. So let me back away from this and let's go down to Canvas. Now in Canvas, you should, which you saw me click on the lower left-hand part there, you should have your dashboard come up. Now you can get to your class, which my 1200 class as an instructor is right there. But you can also click these courses over here, and as many courses as you have. You may only have one course. It'll appear in this list too. So you go ahead and click it, and when I click this button, I will come directly up with this class. Now this is your intro page. This page has the same material on it as the syllabus does in who I am, what class this is, the introduction, the course name and number, and the 3 movies that I'm already sending you. This is a link already to my introduction movie. This is a link to my portfolio movie. This isn't a link yet because I'm not done this movie. As soon as I'm done this movie, this will be a link. And how to get into the modules section. Now over here on the left hand side, you're going to see the modules button. That is the most important button in all of this material other than your grades. But we'll track those as the semester rolls on. So I'm going to click to the modules section, and in the modules section, in the general course information, there's a lot of really great material up in here. The MotionSpire link, the MACA student portfolio link, my professional link, and different things that my initial announcement to you, my introduction movie, again, I put it in here. Some of the fonts, if you have a Mac, that you can put into the machine are here for some of the assignments. But I also want to get to the week 1 module, because the week 1 module corresponds, watch this, the week 1 module and the tool palette quiz, and then the first guide, the pen and path basics, correspond exactly to this. So here is the guide 1. Let me zoom in. Here's the guide 1 tool palette and the guide 2 pen and path. Okay, so those 2 items right there, which are worth 100 points total, those 2 items, it's actually 100 and 200 points. So I'll scroll down. So there is your 200 points for this here. And I want you all to take the Guide 1 Tool Palette quiz, and I want you to try to do it without looking, or I'm not going to say the word cheat, but without using something to help you. I'd like you to go through the Tool Palette quiz, and I'll show you what I'm talking about right now. So I'll click this, and I'll go to week 1, and I'll go to the First Day Handout questionnaire, which I want you to do. It's worth 10 points. Okay, and now the Tool Palette practice sheet before you go in and take the quiz. So let me go to the practice sheet, and you can see here as I'm loading it, here is the Adobe Illustrator Tool Palette. And what I want you to do is to study it, because these are the quick keys that you're going to need to know throughout the semester. And yes, you could have this in front of you when you take the quiz, but what good is it? So see how you can do, look at, I have this page, and I also have, there should be 2 pages here. Maybe not. Let me, and this is, it says the CC 2015, it's really 2017. I just didn't update that. So let me click that, and I'm going to go to my desktop, and I'm going to see if that was a 1 or 2 page item. If it's a 1 page, that's fine. But I usually put a blank page in there. This time I didn't. Just go ahead and study this, and then your job Once you know what the selection tool is, here I'll zoom in, what the selection tool is, it's V, the pen is P, the type is T, the rectangle is the M key, the pencil is N, rotate is R. Do you need to know all of these? Of course not. Do you need to know a lot of them? Yes. Because I don't want you to be a clicker. I don't want you to be a pull-down menu person. I want you to use quick keys. Okay, that's my goal. So let me minimize that, go back to here, and then we'll just go backwards to the actual quiz. So when you're ready to take the quiz, it will look like this. So you're going to take the quiz, and I can preview my own quiz, and this should go right into it. So it says the keyboard shortcut for the direct selection tool is, and you would of course push A, because the letter A is the direct selection tool keyboard shortcut. Choose the keyboard shortcut for the lasso tool. So you can keep on going, all right? And all you had to do was to look at this to find out what the lasso tool was. So the lasso tool is the letter what? It's right there. It is Q. So I'm going to minimize this, and you can keep on going. Whoops, I just expanded it. I didn't minimize it. Okay, so let me go backwards here to the module itself. And now when you begin, and I only want to go through this on the first assignment, when you begin, you of course would click the assets. So there will always be an asset. If there are files that you need to have, you would click the asset files. So when I click that, I'm going to go click the zip. Of course, it's going to say that because it's a zip and it's going to download to my desktop. Now, here's the pen and path zip. That was in week 1 module, so you double click it. You now go inside and you see that there are 2 files inside of here. The PDF, which is going to guide you through it, and the pen and path. Do you need this to be opened? Answer, maybe. Okay. Do you need that? Yes. And don't mess an original. Save as right away. When you open it up, use file save as and put in your name. And then you're going to begin that. Now, I'm not going to click it because that's not what this movie file is all about. It's about how do you get to things and how do they relate to the First Day Handout. So I'm going to close that. I'm going to put this back in the middle of my screen, and I am going to go backwards. So how do you begin now? Well, you start with the pen and path basics, then, which is a YouTube movie. Now you can go to the real beginning of the file, which is here. And then I'll let you hear me just for a second. Just for a second. Just for a moment.
Number 2 for the guide to pen and path. Before we begin, I want
all right, let me click where you're actually beginning. Now, so the way that I see it, and this is what the PDF file looks like right here. The way that I want you to do something is, and let me click to the beginning of this.
It says shift click.
Now listen to me.
The word then, look at what I'm pointing to here. The word then means to completely release the mouse, which I've done. And I pull click to 8 o'clock.
Okay, that's when I would go like this and stop it. Then I would go to the actual file and I would perform the function. So you would open up, got to move this over again. You would open this file up. I might need Illustrator opened, so I'm just going to open this up, okay? As I'm opening that up, I'll just go ahead and talk. The right way to use these tutorials, the movie tutorials, is to do a step, watch a step, and do a step. Now, a lot of students, and I'll say this right away, a lot of students watch the whole movie. They're not that long. Let me zoom in and show you how to do this. So, you have this in front of you. Now, I'm going to put this on my other screen. So I'm just moving it over, and I'm going to click back to here. And then I'm going to listen to what the instructor said.
I get a little symbol next to the pen which shows me that I'm
Let me begin that one right there.
I'm going to start by
Watch.
Putting my pen over here.
Click once.
I'm then going to go over here and shift click.
Now I stop it. So then I go back into the movie file just like this. I take the pen tool, which is the P key. I click here. I'm not going to do it. I don't care. And there's a fill of white. I need to make the fill And you will see by when I do the movie, you will have the fill of none. Look at how the none symbol now appears here. So I click the stroke. I make sure the stroke is at 1 point in thickness. You see up here where it says 1 point in thickness? Don't panic. Just watch my movie. Then you click and watch this. I hold the shift key and I click. Now that is exactly how to do the movie tutorial. So now I go back to the movie, wherever I put it. So now I listen to the next step.
I now go down and I read this. It says shift click. The word then, look at what I'm pointing to here. The word then means to completely release the mouse, which I've done. And I pull click to 8 o'clock.
All right. So where I was referring to, and let me move this over again, is inside here in the PDF. I have given you, let me advance the PDF to where I was talking about. Here is where I was talking about. So you will get used to looking at this, have this either on your other screen or print it out. What I was talking about was holding the pull click out of this point and then coming down here and click and pulling. Now forget what I just said, because you're going to do it over and over and over again until you get it right. And that's another thing I want to have you understand from my point of view, how I consider skill to be far more important than assignments. Okay, far more. So don't be in a hurry to get this done. Be dedicated to understanding the pen tool, and you're going to get frustrated at first. So understanding the pen tool is not easy. Now what I just said was, and this is not an assignment about doing this pen tool, or a movie about it, but I'm going to go in here and pull click to 8, and then I'm going to go down here and pull click to 7. Now I'll show you what I was talking about. So I go back to my file, I put my pen up here, I hold the option key. Look what I just did. I hold the option or alt key and I pull click a handlebar out to about 7 o'clock right there. Not 9 o'clock, not 6 o'clock, but 7 o'clock. Now I go down here and I pull click to about 7 o'clock. Now look at how I have that line matching the red line. So now you would watch the next step to go from this point out that away. But this is not about that. This is about understanding how to use the movie tutorials. I'm actually going to close this file and not save it. There's a window right here. I want you to see it, not save it. And then I'm going to close this window here, and then I'm going to go back to the real reason for this movie, which was to correlate the assignments. Let me go back to here. It was to correlate these assignments and these modules to the First Day Handout. So now, let's see week 1. Okay, so let's go into the First Day Handout, wherever I put it. It is over here. Nope, that's the tool palette test. Okay, fine. Here is the handout. Okay, so now I'm going to show you that all the assignments in order, whoops, I shouldn't have done that. All the assignments in order from guide 1 all the way to guide 9 are in here. Look at how I have week 1. There's guide 2. Here's guide 3 in week 3. Here's week 4, and it's finishing up guide 3. Here's week 5, which is getting into guide 4. Again, week 6 is getting into guide 5. Week 7 is guide 6. Week 8 is guide 7. So they just go in weeks all the way through the semester, which relates exactly to this. Okay, so you can see how much is it's worth and where it is in succession. Now, please do all discussion boards, because they're worth, you have to have them done. They're complete or incomplete. And I don't like incompletes. Then the mid-semester and the ending semester survey are both worth 5 points. So they're worth 5 points, or the percent of total. So if you miss this, you're not going to get an A in the class. Okay? And my goal is to not have you get an A. I don't care about an A. I don't care about a B. I don't care about a C. Grades don't matter. Skill matters. But I have to eventually give you some kind of grade. Okay? So I will. Now, here's where I'm talking about. In my email that I'm going to send you this week, I'm going to tell you the dates for week 1 and the dates for week 2 and the dates for week 3. I don't put them in here because it'd have to change every single semester, okay? But week 1, look at how I have the beginning of Guide 2. In week 2, you are turning in Guide 2. In week 3 here, you are actually reviewing the first part of Guide 3. There's 2 parts of Guide 3. There's A and B, or 1 and 2. In week 4, you're actually turning in the second part of Guide 3, and so on, all the way through the weeks. Look at how in week 8, you're in Guide 7. Week 9, you're in Guide 8. You're reviewing it. So please have this in front of you and know that this pretty much corresponds. Week 8, week 9, week 10, week 11 correspond to your Canvas in exactly the same way. And then all the movies are here. So when you are ready to watch the movies, you can either watch them here. Now I'm going to show you something. Okay, I'm going to click to a new tab because I want to type in, and I have links all over the place for this, but I'm going to type in Brian Sorial YouTube right there. And in Brian Sorial YouTube channel, where all the links are from Canvas, I'm going to go to the Adobe Illustrator. Look at how it's right there. There's the playlist for Adobe Illustrator. I'm going to click it. And now you can find all the guides here. Pretty much, I didn't say perfectly much, but pretty much in order. So if you want to just bypass the Canvas movie thing, you can go right to the YouTube movie thing. So when it comes time to do the Neon Clock movie 2, there's the Neon Clock movie 2. And you can advance it to full screen, and then you can escape from full screen, and I'm going to shut myself up there because I'm tired of my voice. But that is how I want you to navigate. So let's review for a second. When you get to Canvas and you click and you see this introduction page, this is your first page that will always be in Canvas. It might not look exactly like mine because mine, of course, is the instructor's version. Yours has grades and modules. That's pretty much all you have to do. You don't have to click this other stuff, really, honestly. You don't. I don't think you do. So when you're ready for the modules, click modules. Modules are like the weekly files and folders. Okay? So if you have any questions, please let me know. And obviously in the first week, I want you to start the Guide 2 Pen and Path and the Guide 1 Tool Palette Quiz and the First Day Handout Questionnaire. It's not a lot to ask because I pretty much want you to stay on schedule, and I'll have a lot of talks about on schedule. So I hope that helped, and I hope that you could see that that Canvas is in direct relationship to my First Day Handout. I look forward to working with all of you throughout the semester, and remember, as I'm leaving this movie, you have probably seen my Brian Sorial introduction movie. And let me click here because you have probably also seen my Brian Sorial portfolio movie, which is right here.
I absolutely adore it. I love getting up on a Monday
So
morning.
I want you to go through this
Aspects of
movie,
my professional career.
and I want you to see all the material that I have created just in this portfolio movie, but
Nearly 40 years. My clients range from
my goal in life was to like what I do and to want to get up on a Monday morning and go to work. That's all I want for you. And I'll work with you, since I do the portfolio class, I'll work with you all the way through the portfolio class. And I do with students every single semester. So, welcome to a semester, and if you have any questions, please email me. Thanks.